another Weebaholic podcast. Let's go. I got my boys here today. Y'all introduce yourself.
Oh, I guess I'm first. Yo, what up? I'm Wax from Presents.
And I am Professor P from Guys Presents, because we're the same podcast.
From the same podcast?
Yeah, dog.
Damn, I didn't know.
Guys, I've had Wax on maybe about a few months, about maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I forgot the time, but I've been on their podcast like twice. I know one of the villain episode is out, so you guys go check them out on Spotify. I think that's the only. You guys use Anchor or something like that? I know a lot.
We use Simplecast, so it kind of posted everywhere. But we're actually posting the other one with you today.
Okay, bet. So you guys go, if you got Spotify and Simplecast, wherever you listen to the podcast, and I'll put all their stuff in there. Y'all go check it out. It was actually pretty good. Y'all go remember, go like, comment, subscribe, turn notification bell, notify for all the podcasts. Go follow our enemy Instagram, _Genshow. Go follow my co-host at I.B.Lens. And today, and go check out the last episode. I had a, if you're into sports or whatever, I had a former pro athlete on, and he was great. He blogged. I think he blogged for ESPN too for a little bit. Did all sports, but talked about basketball, all that good stuff. Go check out the My Hero tier listing we did. It was really good. We had a custom takes that you might not agree with, but it was really good. So today we're doing another tier listing, some more My Hero content. We're doing a My Hero villain tier list. You guys ready?
I'm always ready.
Oh yeah.
All right, but let me share my screen with you.
Remember my hero hat for this.
Yeah, dude. I should have worn something My Hero.
Okay, bet. Let's go.
Oh, you got him.
There we go. Yeah, dude. He's got that tier list maker, bro. Alrighty. That's the way to do it.
That's something fancy.
We are here. You guys can choose the first villain. You are my special friends and guests. So you guys can choose the first villain. If there's some not in here, I'm sorry. That's my bad. But this was the best one I could find.
Well, quick question, because are we going by power level or are we going by like how we enjoy the character?
Both. However you think you are, how much you think you enjoy them, and just what you've seen so far up to season 5, or if you two have read the manga. I don't think you two say y'all haven't. So just some enjoyment plus power level and what they do for the story. So all.
And for the story. Okay.
Ooh. So want to go the big fish? All for one, right?
Let's run it.
I'm gonna say A. A because I think his power is insane. His backstory is insane. I just wish I feel like this season, I don't know, you told me you haven't seen season, like any episodes yet.
Not yet.
Off the last episode, I feel like this season we're going to get some more backstory with him. But just because there hasn't been a lot of backstory, so we don't know how his impact is felt yet. But I think A. What about you guys?
I think he's pretty broken. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fan of the broken hero or villains.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I might put him in B personally.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you get kind of tidbits of his backstory, but we haven't gotten like a huge backstory yet.
That's true.
And you've really only seen him fight like for real one time. Everything else has been like flashbacks.
Yeah, that's
and he lost.
It's true, but he lost to like the only hero that could beat him. So
yeah,
it was still a dope fight.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was a really cool fight.
It was really sick.
It was one of my favorite fights. Okay, no, I'm down for A because I do really like his, like the contrast between him and All Might is really cool.
Yeah, I was like, I think I'm gonna go with A.
Hey, we all agree. Let's go.
Yeah, dude. I think his quirk is like busted, like double S tier quirk, right? Sure. But his story still needs a little bit of development. I think him and All Might, like that whole dynamic throughout the whole show is so sick, and I'm excited to see it like keep building. Because I think it was like season 3 when they fought. Is that right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And the fact that he took Shigaraki in,
as
like as a ploy to like wreck the other heroes. Yeah. That's a genius move. That's a big move.
Yeah.
Big brain stuff.
Big brain, dude.
All right. The next one. I don't know who this is. You know who this is?
I have no idea who that is.
I'm not sure. We're get you right here. Dobby. I like Dobby a lot. Season 5 I think this is gonna be his season. His come out party. But just off we know so far, his power is legit cool. Like I said, it's not enough we know about him yet from the anime standpoint. I'm sorry, manga readers, but there's not a lot we know about him yet. But he does have a cool design. He has like when he walks in the room, you just feel like he's there. Like you feel his swag if you know what I mean.
Yeah, his power itself is stronger than Endeavor's.
Yeah.
And his backstory is pretty tragic. I actually just read a fact the other day that under his eyes, you know how they're purple?
Yeah.
He did that to himself because he would cry at night by how his like dad treated him. And he burned his tear ducts so he couldn't cry anymore. So anytime he does cry, he just bleeds, which is like actually like just super sad.
That is sad. Wait, is he older than Todoroki?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's in his 20s or something like that.
He's not.
Okay.
Okay,
so let's see. So going just off the anime.
Yeah, just off the anime.
I would say very little. Yeah. Just off the anime, you know very little about Dabi. But his power is dope. I think I would. I'd say because he's such a mystery right now.
I say C.
Yeah, I was gonna say C.
Oh, y'all are running C?
Yeah,
only because he does have the potential. It just hasn't been tapped into yet. Like,
yeah, because
we haven't seen like storyline. Like the only time I think we saw him, like his power, him in fighting was like middle season 2. That was a minute ago.
Well, when he goes 1v1 versus his clone goes 1v1 versus Aizawa, which was sick. But then after the whole overhaul fight, he's the one that kind of gets them into the truck by blasting it completely. Yeah. So he makes a little more appearance than we think,
but it's still not much. It's only like 3 or 4 episodes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think by the end of either by end of 5 or 6, he can move up to B-S potentially if they do his backstory right.
Yeah. I agree with that. But I think at this point in the anime, he's probably in the C. If we were going to throw in some stuff from the manga, I think he would already be
I think,
like the A.
I think that's my issue is like I've seen some not spoilers, but like just like random facts on like Instagram and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, this dude's super dope. Like just tragic time in his life. But anime-wise, I want to say B though.
You want to say B?
I think he's better than C tier. I think C tier is like pretty. You don't do anything, in my opinion.
No, I think I think C tier is that you're still like because D is obviously trash, but C is like you haven't done anything yet, but we see that like we're not saying that C tier is where he's gonna stay at forever, the whole show obviously, but it's just that as me and Weiss, we haven't read the manga or even I haven't seen spoilers yet, so it's just like I'm just going off of what the anime is showing us, so that's why I just said C. I know the potential is there. He has that edge boy Sasuke look to where he's gonna get some screen time. It's just just about how they do it and when.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I respect that. I'll run C.
Yeah, and we have a D tier, so there is a
tier below. I gotta because we run C as the worst.
Yeah.
See, Gentle Criminal. D tier.
D.
Gentle, nah, dude.
I hate Gentle Criminal.
I love Gentle Criminal. Gosh dang it.
D.
I was like, I would argue. C. I'll see if I can convince you guys to put him in C.
I hated him. He was so
And like the most annoying, I don't know why the most annoying thing that gets me is after the fight with Deku. Deku's like, you're one of the hardest people I've ever fought. Dude, at the time, before that, he fought muscular, overhaul, Stain, and it's just way better villains and way stronger villains.
Yeah, Deku's just trying to gas him a little bit. Yeah. He's trying to gas him.
Not a little bit. That's a whole tank.
That's a whole tank, bro. You get him 10-gallon. Boom.
But yeah, it's just that little My Hero section. It was already slow, and it's just I understand he wasn't trying to be necessarily a hero or a villain, but if he really just wanted the clout, he could have just been went to UA, talked about his UA experience, become a YouTuber. If he was gonna do that, I just feel it was just it's kind of stupid.
I think that arc following up right after the Yakuza arc, which is where it happened, right? It was right after the Yakuza.
Mm-hmm.
But so I think that was kind of a bad place to put it in the story because the Yakuza is a pretty hype arc, and then it just drops into this little mini YouTube villain. Yeah. But I thought it was really refreshing and kind of lighthearted. So that's why I would put it like C. And I think he's not done yet. I'd imagine that he's going to come back. But his quirk is sick. It has a lot of potential. But also, like, I kind of like that twisted, like, moral thing that he's got going on where he, like, commits, like, criminal acts, but kind of not.
He's kind of like Robin Hood, but lamer.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys are savage. All right, fine.
I'm hearing what you're saying. I want to say C. Because if I put him at C, I'm the same as Dobby. And
that's true. He's definitely not on the same tier as Dobby.
So, and like, his name is stupid too. He's like, guys, I have a really, really good villain name. I got this.
Dude,
check it out.
It's hilarious, bro. It's meant to be funny.
It's terrible.
It's because he's a gentle criminal.
Everything about him just kind of sucks.
Damn. Yeah.
Except for his quirk. His quirk's really, really cool. I do like his quirk.
I do think they'll make a good filler arc out of this if they ever decide. Because My Hero's approaching the 100 episode mark.
It's getting up there.
So.
I think he could be a hero though, or like a vigilante.
Yeah,
I think he would do way better at that art.
And he's too old to be trying to be a YouTube star. Go sit down, sir.
It's true.
I'm sorry, Wax. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Damn. All right. I'll take it. That's acceptable. I think that's where most people would put him.
I think that one is the dude that makes you drunk.
Oh, the next guy? Okay.
I think he's the one that like if you look at him or if something happens with him, you become like you're drunk.
Do you remember anything about him?
He kind of fights Lemillion, but like he's just there, and he makes Lemillion feel a little bit drunk, and then Lemillion's like, "Nah, I'm not gonna let this."
Where would you put him?
S tier for sure. Dude's phenomenal. No, I think the whole time he's just drinking, no? Like, he's just, like, gone out of his mind. I think that's a pretty dumb quirk, in my opinion. I don't even know his name.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even remember him. So I think that is a pretty big indicator that he is not a great villain and didn't stand out.
I'm going to put him, like, over here. Just not even ranked. Because at least
we'll leave him.
His quirk is called Sloshed.
What's his name?
I don't even know. Edoro. Which causes some to experience dizziness and lose their sense of balance as he becomes drunk. So he has to drink more for other people to become like dizzy.
Yeah, that's lame.
I feel bad for the dude. At least he's like trying to make a name out of himself. Like when you have like Shigaraki and Overhaul, and he's like, "I got this, guys. I got sloshed in my back pocket."
I mean, that could be a really funny like thing of seeing who's the bigger alcohol tank.
Yeah.
With like him and like All Might. Can you imagine like All Might's like, oh, and they're both just like drunk?
That's a sick. If you're going partying, that's a sick power.
Yeah, no, he's gonna have a good time at parties, but villain wise, he sucks. Question mark.
Yeah, I'll just put D/question mark. Okay. I can't remember all. We're gonna do the characters we remember at least. That's at least memorable, and then we'll work with the rest.
I see some cool ones.
Yeah, there's some good ones coming up.
This is my favorite one, Stain. S.
Oh, you're putting Stain in S tier.
Yeah. Ooh. Yes, S. Just because, like I said, season 2 was by far the best season of My Hero to me. It was the climax of Deku. You had that first. You had it coming off the tournament arc. Then you had him having the moral compass of like, look, I'm not really a hero, but I'm not a villain. I'm taking out the heroes who just want to do it for the clout, the fame, not the ones who actually want to save people. And he's just saying that. So like, me taking out the heroes doesn't make me a villain. Me taking out the bad heroes doesn't make me a villain. It makes me a like anti-hero. So he goes to extreme means just to justify what he thinks is right, which I think is interesting because I don't think anybody else in My Hero pushes that to the limit like he does.
That's true. I was like, I think Stain is one of the best villains in the series up to this point. Kind of like you were saying, how he's kind of that anti-hero thing. Yeah. His motivation is sick. How he wants to expose the fake heroes that just doing it for clout, right? Trying to get that recognition,
like Endeavor,
and money.
Like, just wanted Endeavor kind of just wanted that number. Like, I think Endeavor liked doing his job, but like he just wanted to get that #1 Heroes title so bad.
Exactly. So I was like, I think Stain is really good. I think his quirk is pretty sick and really scary. Like, that was one thing that was dope. Like, it actually was like made me fear for the heroes because he pulls out the swords and all of a sudden he like licks their blood and there's like, whoo, and I was like, whoa.
I was scared.
Ooh, yeah.
And the fact that his sword work isn't a part of his quirk, like that's just something that he ran, like that he had to like train on his own.
Yeah.
My hot take is he? How big of a villain is he actually? Because what he's doing for the betterment of the world. No.
But you're still killing people though, so that's like that's the villain.
Like Yagami.
Exactly. Or like Lelouch, like you think you're doing something great, but it's like he's not like a police officer where he has like or an undercover agent. He's like still out here like killing people who are perceived as good guys. And
do you think he's gonna make a comeback in the later seasons, or do you think he's one and done?
I hope, but I could see him being one and done. But another thing I think is that like it's hard to question. Like I think for Stain, this is a good thing. It's hard to question that like are these heroes could be like good people. They just want the recognition too, because you can be somebody that's doing it for good reasons and you still want the recognition at the same time. So it's like, how do you really know how somebody's like true like morals are about the thing, So I think that's why it's interesting. I said S.
I don't know if I could go S though.
I was like, he's good. Yeah, it's tough. Because I think because we got All For One in A,
yes.
right? Which I don't know if Stain's necessarily better than All For One.
But he's a better impression, I think.
Yeah, I think he definitely has like a bigger impact in that short amount of time.
But I think that's what All For One wants as well, though. He wants to kind of stay in the shadows. Because, Stain isn't a part of the villain association or whatever. The League of Villains. But he's the face of them because of that, little fight at the end. And I think that's exactly what All For One wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Because, All For One doesn't want that, he doesn't want to be the face of anything right now. He just wants to lay low. I mean, he's in prison now. But I think Stain left a really, really good impression that he has to at least be A tier. But I want to see more to put him in S.
Sure, he didn't really have too much of a backstory, did he?
You don't get much, no.
Yeah. It's just kind of jumps right into his motivation.
Yeah.
For what he's doing. It doesn't really explain how he got to that
you're
point.
Saying, kind of like the thing we were arguing about Dobby, that you want to see a little more about him. So that why the way he feels impacts what he did or something like that.
Yeah, I want to know why he became so obsessed with killing heroes. It was just, but what originated that?
So did a hero kill his mom or something like that?
Kind of like a Captain America Civil War situation where their actions inadvertently killed civilians, and maybe it could have hurt someone that Stain was close to or something like that. But and even at the end, doesn't he get paralyzed by his own blood? Isn't that how they capture him? He broke a rib or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's
kind of a lame way to go.
That's an unfortunate way to go,
man. That's A. You're the tiebreaker.
I'm thinking A. I think A. Okay. He's really good. I think he's on the cusp, but he lacked just a few things about his motivation. If we had seen the what happened right before that led him to that desire to start killing heroes, I think that would have pushed him over into S. But we didn't quite get that, so I'll go A.
All right. I want to do good. I'm cool with that either way. A, S. That's really high. So next one I want to do overhaul.
Ooh,
Overhaul's pretty dope.
He's pretty sick. This is tough. I'm thinking A or B. I'm undecided, but I think it's going to be one of those two.
You're a big fan of Overhaul, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I am. It's just the way he flamed out was so lame. But I mean, I do get, you had Deku shonen armor plot, whatever. But it's just like I really thought he could have been like the new like new era of villains, and I really we didn't really get if I could correct me if I'm wrong, we didn't get a crazy amount of backstory, but the dude was sick and he had a sick quirk. But it's just the way he flamed out was just too quick. I'm gonna say B.
Yeah, he had a pretty short-lived arc. It was like the first half of season 4, right, or something like that. So it was like half a season.
Yeah, I'm saying
good. Yeah, that's like a decent arc. But his quirk is dope. But yeah, I think they set him up to be a really big villain, and then kind of like you were saying, he just kind of like petered out really quickly.
I really feel like this is gonna be like I feel like he's gonna be like the new All for One. So it's just like, or at least somebody for that candidacy, and it's just like he really flamed out after half the season 4. I'm just like,
yeah, I think Shigaraki is gonna be the new All for One.
Yeah.
I think Overhaul was a really good. I think the Overhaul arc and the Yakuza arc was mostly to show how actually smart the League of Villains is. Because in every sense of the word, the Yakuza were way, way stronger than the League of Villains and like everything. But because of how like smart Shigaraki and Toga and Twice and All for One are, they were able to dispatch all of the Yakuza with the help of the heroes and without really losing anyone, which is actually really, really impressive with how like insanely strong they were. So I do think they kind of like boned your boy a little bit, which is why I'm down to put him in B tier.
Okay.
But I think it was necessary to kind of show like, hey, don't take the League of Villains so soft because they're pretty smart.
Yeah. So I think we all agree B, right?
Yeah,
I'm down for B.
B, I think, is good.
That's good. I want to talk about this girl. She's crazy.
Toga!
She's always everywhere. She's always everywhere on the My Hero ships and timeline. She's crazy, but she low key, like I can see that being Deku's like anti-girlfriend. Like every time she's always on like top of Deku or something like that. She's kind of crazy. See.
Yeah, I think honestly, she's probably a C. Her quirk is like pretty good, but it's useful more from like a spy standpoint.
Yeah.
As far as combat goes, it's not the most effective, but she's really good at infiltrating like behind enemy lines kind of thing.
I mean, she has to be pretty good at action though to get people's blood. It's kind of like Stain in a way.
And she has shown a couple like little fight scenes and stuff because she throws out those like needles.
Yeah,
which is pretty sick. So she can hold her own in a fight.
But you gotta think about this. Being a good spy. Wax, have you seen the season 5?
I haven't yet.
So, but being a good spy, especially the way I think this season's gonna go, is gonna be very critical. So I think she's better. She's between C and B to me because her core could legit be like clutch this season. But But it could be another thing where she just get faded out.
Yeah. I honestly think she's B just out of the fact that if we're going based off of the anime and just like character, I think her character, like her relationships with everyone is actually super genuine and super awesome. Plus her quirk is dope. And like she screwed with the heroes and the Yakuza in like one quick move near the end, which was just dope.
It's true. Like she was basically the deciding factor of that fight.
Yeah. If it wasn't for her, Overhaul would still be here. I'm gonna just go out and say that.
That's probably right, I think.
Dang.
I love her relationship. I love her personality.
Yeah.
I love how like
I think she's one of the strongest like actual characters and like personalities amongst the villains. Like she doesn't have a ton of backstory and like you don't really know her motives or anything really at this point.
I think she was just like an outcast in school and she doesn't have the villain personality per se. Like normally like the cliche villain is like quiet and like very like sneaky. Nah, she's like she is openly in love with Deku, like
which is hilarious.
Which is amazing. Her and Twice's relationship is like the most adorable thing that you don't expect out of villains by any means. Like they just have that like she she's kind of the mother of the group in a way.
Yeah, I was like, one thing that definitely boosted her up, like in my book, was when the Yakuza and the League of Villains first meet, and then Overhaul kills the one dude, right? I can't remember who it was that he killed.
Big Sis Mag.
Yeah, he kills Big Sis Mag. And then Toga, Shigaraki, and I think it was twice, they were all like really pissed off about that. And then those three kind of devised the whole plot in order to take down the Yakuza. So that kind of like boosted her up in my book too, because it showed her loyalties. And also like her tactical mind and stuff, along with Shigaraki and Twice, kind of using the strategy to beat him.
I have a soft spot for Toga. I think B personally. I think she's gonna play a bigger part too. Like she's young and she's already this dope. Like when she gets older, she's gonna know her stuff better.
And she might like grow not like colder in the bad sense, but she might like she's still really kind of nice but crazy in the same way. But as she get older, she'll realize, okay, this is some serious ish we're getting into. Let's turn it up.
Yeah.
She
gives
I'd
me
be down for her to
Yuki vibes from Future Diary. Damn it. If you've ever seen Future Diary, the sociopath.
I love her.
They give me same vibes.
I think Toga could get up to that level, which would actually be sick.
Oh my gosh, I'm stuck. I'm in a wax. What are you saying? I'm stuck.
I'm saying B.
I think I'm gonna go B.
Well, no matter what I say is B. So you guys, I was gonna say C, but only because I don't think she's better than Dobby, and I don't think she has better potential to be better than Dobby. But like,
she's gotten more screen time than Dobby.
Had more screen time and has done more stuff than Dobby has at this point.
Yeah, I think at this point in the story, we can put her above Dobby, but I think later on,
it's just weird putting her in the same tier of Overhaul, though. Just because you think of powers and stuff like that, you're just like, she's next to Overhaul.
Yeah.
But again, like that's what I said. I think the whole League of Villains, their quirks are weaker, but because of their strategic mindset, they're able to get rid of people like Overhaul.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is sick.
Do you remember this student? His quirk was kind of cool and creepy.
Rappa, dude. Okay, so we did our third episode was on our top 5 favorite My Hero or no, it's just My Hero villains.
Yeah.
And I love Rappa. Like he's actually one of my favorite villains because he's not really that big of a villain. His whole backstory. So his quirk is his something in his like shoulder, like it just doesn't get sore or tired. So that's why he can throw so many like powerful and just like insanely quick punches. And he was a pro fighter and got bored.
Yeah.
And so he joined the Yakuza just because he wanted to fight people. And so like his fight with like Fat Gum and Red Riot was crazy intense, but it was also like weirdly just a really pure fight. Like you could see that Rappa was just genuinely enjoying himself and he loved every moment of it. Like they weren't fighting. He wasn't fighting to kill. He was fighting to have a good, genuine fight. And I loved it.
Would you compare him to like Saitama in the way of like just trying to find a good fight?
Yeah. Okay. I don't think he's at the power level, but he just wants to have a good fight. He knows he's strong and he wants to find strong people. And unfortunately for him, the only way he could find that was going through the Yakuza. But I don't think like the other Yakuza members were like dead set on dying for Overhaul. Nah, I think Rappa was just there. I think he just wanted to fight. He wasn't going to die for Overhaul.
So as far as
he wanted
like,
to fight to the death.
So as far as a villain, do you think it hurts that he doesn't like have like a motive? Does that hurt him to you?
I mean, as a villain, yes. As a character, I love him for some reason. I have some like odd like. I think it's actually like a really pure like villain arc for him. But I think as a villain, yeah, he's not much of a villain at all.
So where would you rank him? I was like, honestly, I'll start it off. I think I throw him in C tier. Because his quirk is pretty good. And it's called Strong Arm. I just Googled it. But basically it lets him like rotate his shoulders at like an extreme speed so he can punch like super fast and hard. I think his character is pretty flat. Didn't really show any development through his little arc. His fight with Fat Gum was sick. And Fat Gum's like one of the top ranked heroes too.
Fat Gum and Red Riot. He took them both on.
So he took them both on. So he's strong as hell. But
either.
I think he was pretty flat in his motivation to just find like a good fight. It was cool that he wanted to fight to the death and everything, but I wish we would have like seen a little more growth from his character. Granted, he didn't get very much screen time, so it was kind of like
He probably
been
won't.
really hard.
He probably won't get him more.
No, he's done.
Yeah, I think he's done. So I think he was really cool, but because of the limited screen time and everything, I think I'd put him in C.
I would put him in. Oh, this sounds so disrespectful. I'll put him in D. I like him, but like as for like this is a villain, obviously. This is talking about like villain wise. I just say D.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going off of just characters that I like for some odd reason, he would be A tier. But as a villain, he's pretty.
Yeah, he's pretty weak. Honestly,
I would say his motive is almost similar to Gentle Criminal. Like, it's just kind of stupid. So I agree with the D.
I could actually see the D.
With the D.
With the D. Give him the D, dude.
Give him the D.
Gosh.
Who would win in a fight, him or Muscular, though? That's the real question.
I think he might.
Yeah.
Win. I think he will win.
Muscular's pretty OP, though.
He is OP.
True.
I don't know. It depends on who's more crazy. So
Yeah.
Who do
They're
I
both pretty crazy.
I remember him. I just forget these people's names. I'm not gonna lie. He was pretty cool. I like his.
Okay, he's sick. What was his name?
So I know his backstory, and it's really, really tragic, and I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it's actually like really, really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Kurogiri.
Yeah, Kurogiri. He gets a backstory that you do not expect, and I'm not going to spoil it, but he did have a relationship with a pro hero. Not like a romantic relationship, but one of his best friends is a pro hero. Well, used to be one of his old best friends is a pro hero.
Okay.
And so it's actually like really sad. But I think he's dope.
As far as where like everything, he's just a really good henchman. His design is sick. His quirk is sick, and it's just like I said, we haven't divulged deep in his backstory yet. That will probably come in the future. So I'm gonna say C.
Yeah, I think he's a perfect League of Villains
Henchman. Kind of
Yeah.
guy.
Like, good for stealth, good for what they're
Surprise
about.
attacks.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, he's a good C tier.
Oh, we all agree. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think C is good.
I do.
And when he teams up with Shigaraki, that's so sick because they could like do the portals with his hands and stuff. Whew, that's crazy.
Yeah,
He's dope. I really like him.
Speaking of Shigaraki, I want to talk about him next.
Ooh. You know how I feel about Shigaraki. I'm gonna say S.
Just off the anime? Because I know you know his backstory. I know you know his backstory.
Okay, if we're going just off of anime, I'm gonna still say A tier.
Okay.
But because of his backstory.
No, stand on your S, man. I'm not going to judge. Stand on your
Well,
S.
like, if we're gonna make the rule, because we made the rule with Dobby that like, oh, we can't put him in any higher because we haven't read up on him or done anything like that. I've read up on Shigaraki and his like backstory is tragic. I know like he's gonna get way cooler. But I think just anime wise, I think he's a good A tier.
Yeah.
I think at first he comes off as like really like bloodthirsty, but when he
Creepy. Very creepy.
which he is, which I love. But I think his scene in the mall with Deku shows that he's not as bloodthirsty as you may think he is. Because he could have killed Deku in a second. Like, he had his hands around his neck minus one finger and was ready to just murder him. But
at that point in the story, Shigaraki didn't know that he had inherited One for All.
But he still knew that he was a powerful candidate.
But had he known that he inherited All Might's power, he would have just taken him out right there.
I would have killed him on the spot.
Yeah, but he didn't know, so.
I think.
Oh,
my bad, keep going.
no, you run it.
All right. So I understand that. I think at least from the anime perspective, I think that he has a cool power. It's just like the anime just seems like I said, bloodthirsty. He does show some restraint, but it's just like I feel like. But do I think he's better than Overhaul? Because Overhaul really didn't have a backstory or anything, so I don't know. I'm stuck between B and A.
So you get more backstory than Overhaul, but also like kind of like Wax said earlier, after Overhaul killed one of the League of Villains, they hatched this plan.
Yeah.
And Shigaraki was the one to take the finishing blow and was like, yo, if you're trying to take people's quirks away, you ain't gonna have a quirk, and just like took his arm, which was just like,
Yeah, savage, dude.
that's a savage move right there.
Yeah, I was like, one other thing I really like about Shigaraki is we've seen him develop a ton from the beginning of the anime to where we are now. Because in the beginning, he was just like, the way he was presented in the beginning was sick, because he's like scratched himself and like doing all this like psychotic behavior type stuff. And it just like really creeps you out. And he has this really creepy like costume. His quirk is scary as hell. So it's just like very like villainous, right? You see him and you think villain like right away. And then you see him kind of develop and mature from just going, oh, I just want to kill All Might. I just want to kill All Might, to actually looking out for like the people that were following him, still taking All for One's advice on stuff, where he used to be kind of like rebellious almost. Like he'd still listen to him, but he'd be like, I don't understand why we're doing this, blah, blah, blah. Whereas like now he's kind of matured and is actually trying to like plan things as opposed to just like going in head first. So I think because of his development and everything, I'd put him in the A tier.
Plus, he was like in the earlier seasons, he was like by the heroes, he was referred to as like a child. They're like, he has like a childlike mentality, and that's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he has a leader, like he's a damn, like as much as I don't want to say because he's a villain, but he's a really, really good leader.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I agree. I was stuck. So you guys got that one. You guys got this.
I love Shigaraki, dude. Like he's villain or not, I think his character is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I think in the future, I think he'll work his way up to being an S tier villain.
Yeah.
Like he has the potential to be a great anime villain, like of all time. I think.
Yeah, I think genuinely, at the end of all of My Hero, hopefully in the way far future, I think Dabi and Shigaraki are going to be the two best.
Nice. Hot take. We'll clip that one for the podcast.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so I just want to do this girl. You remember her?
Yeah,
Yeah.
La Brava.
La Brava.
Y'all got anything to say about her?
I mean, if we put a gentle criminal, who was like her leader in D tier, she's just kind of like a creepy stalker.
Yeah, I think she just gets slapped right into D tier, dude. Just,
okay, you guys gonna help me with these people because I don't remember too much.
Do you want to run Mr. Compressed, the dude with the top hat?
Oh yeah, I remember him.
I love him. I think he's a baller. I think he has the perfect quirk for League of Villains as well.
it's true, and he had a really good standout moment in was it season 2?
Yeah,
when
when
they're in the forest with
took
the
out
cats.
Bakugo.
Yeah.
And like Todoroki thought he had him, but he was like, nah, fam. Like, not only was he taking on like some of the top UA students, he was doing it with a lot of swagger and just like showmanship to kind of just show off like, yo, I'm better than you, which I think was sick. And he's the other dude that took off Overhaul's other arm. Shigaraki took one, Mr. Compress took the other.
But didn't Mr. Compress lose an arm?
Yeah, to Overhaul. And so now he has a sick metal arm, which makes him cool.
Oh, okay. So that's what they did. Okay. I was going to ask, because I was like, that would impact his quirk quite a bit if he didn't have an arm.
Yeah, no, he has a metal arm now. I think he's B or C personally. I think he actually has done more for the League of Villains than Dabi has in anime wise so far.
Okay, so just because you said that, I'll go. And I'm starting to get these My Hero flashbacks. I'll say
yeah,
that.
right.
I'll say B. What about you? I mean, I just want to hear what you guys say. Why? Because you say B.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with B or C. I think he could fall into either of those. But yeah, I really like his showmanship. When he loses his arm and everything, you kind of see like the loyalty in the League of Villains, like I was talking about earlier, and how much they care about each other and stuff, which I thought was a really cool dynamic. And then also like Compress coming back to take Overhaul's other arm.
Do you think that was
so
a small
sick.
detail that Shigaraki was like, you know what, I'm going to take one arm. I want you to take the other arm, just like as a symbolic.
I think it was, yeah.
Screw you situation.
Yeah, because it was like the leader like avenging his people, and then the guy that actually got like effed being able to avenge himself, which was kind of cool, little symbolic thing. But yeah, I think
his character design is cold though too. Like he has a different mask every time.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is I think he's actually way cooler than people give him credit for.
Okay.
I really like him.
I agree with you. Alrighty. I remember this dude. I remember him.
Big Sis Mag.
Yeah.
D tier. I hate Big Sis Mag. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I hate her.
He just didn't really. Wait, he's a girl? That was a dude.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a girl. I'll Google it.
That was a dude. Oh, oops. The character didn't really do anything for me. I say D.
Well,
yeah.
Big Sis was the one that got bopped by Overhaul.
Yeah.
Like absolutely. She had a cool magnetic quirk, which was actually like interesting and had a cool dynamic with Toga.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that she was just so expendable that she died in like half a second was crazy.
D.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys have to help. This dude, you remember him?
Yeah, you only get a tidbit of him, so I would say D tier just because I don't know much.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even really I kind of remember him, but I don't remember anything that he did really.
I think the other two that I see that we haven't talked about that have a bigger part would be Twice and Muscular.
I don't. Go name it to tell me.
Twice is bottom row with the like black and white mask.
Yeah, like the gray top half.
Yeah.
Keep going, right?
Him.
No.
Him.
Go to the right a little bit more. All white eyes.
Right there.
Twice is the one that if he can get your measurements,
Mm-hmm.
He can make a clone of you that can also use that quirk. But you get backstory on him. Like he's like has crazy personality disorder.
Oh yeah, I remember him. Okay. It's starting, like I said, it's starting to come back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love Twice. I really love Twice.
Yeah, I think Twice is really good. I think he's in the same tier as Togo in the B, I would say. And he kind of has his standout moments in the Yakuza arc as well.
Mm-hmm. Him and Toga, dude, they clutched it in all reality.
I would say C. He's a good like role support piece. I think. Like nothing crazy. He could get to that level, but I would say C. What about you?
Yeah. Okay. Again, I've seen stuff. I've seen a little bit of manga stuff.
Yeah, I think his quirk is just so useful because like we've already seen him make clones of like Dobby, and so you can have like two, 3 Dobbies. Yeah, 2-3 Dobbies.
Use the same firepower, maybe a little less than the original.
Yeah, but he's still like his quirk is super useful to the whole group. I think by itself it's not amazing, but when he has access to clone people with really strong power, like with really strong powers, it's pretty ridiculous actually.
Yeah, he's pretty dope. I mean, I love his backstory though. Like that was a really sad backstory.
Have they talked about it in the anime?
Yeah. They had like a whole like episode for him.
I just forgot.
Yeah, because he's the dude with the like blonde hair that it showed like there was like a ton of him in his room.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, that was a good one. I'll say B now. I'm gonna say B.
Yeah, I think B. I think he's a little more developed than the lower tier characters that we have right now.
Plus, dude, his personality too is hilarious. Like because he is so like has such personality disorder. Like they're like,
he's just
what's your quirk? And it's like, I'm not gonna tell you. It is this. And it's like, bro, that's I think he's hilarious. Plus, yeah, I think he has to. There's like a little arc with him versus Hawks, which I'm pumped about. Like in the future, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then your boy Muscular.
This dude, right?
No, Muscular's in between the gas mask guy and the creepy looking zombie dude up top. Blonde hair dude. No mask.
Oh, right there. There he is.
What would you say?
Let's see. So Muscular's pretty much only in season 2, right?
I saw in the trailer that he's going to be in season 5.
Oh, I thought he died in season 2.
No, he just got bopped by
Deku, right?
Yeah, using like 1,000,000%, which was insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his fight with Deku was sick, but I don't think we know too much about him. His quirk is dope.
Yeah, his quirk is dope. Just not enough. I'm gonna say like C.
Yeah.
I think
I'd say C or D, honestly.
I think D, just because he has very similar intentions to Rappa, but his are more, I want to murder everyone. Rappa just wants to fight. This dude just wants to murder everyone. So he's in the League of Villains, but he has no loyalty to anyone. Like he doesn't have the relationship with like any of them, like Toga, Twice, Compress, Shigaraki. He just joined because it would give him opportunities to murder.
Musclehead.
Yeah.
I would say D then. That's not a good character.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll probably give the hero some bump.
I don't think he wants revenge on Deku, which would be sick.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight. I think Deku would just bop him now, though.
I don't know, dude. It took Deku 1,000,000% to freaking kind of beat him.
Yeah.
Not even kill him.
Yeah, now you just kind of beat him. Yeah, so that powered up. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna go ahead and C, because if Deku's at a 1,000,000% or whatever, and it still didn't even really like kill him, yeah, he has to be like somebody that's regarded and feared.
Yeah, especially if he's coming back in this next season, or in one of the future seasons, like him versus Deku. The like.
Let's say we do get it. There could be potential. Maybe we do get a backstory. Maybe down the line. But I'm not going to come over.
I mean, and you did get a little backstory that he killed Koda, the little water boy's parents.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
which was just
that's true, and I think that does make him a little more villainous, right? Because he's just like this cold-blooded kind of murderer dude, which makes him pretty scary, I think.
Yeah, he's just a psychopath that just wants to murder everyone.
Yeah, so
he would have joined the Yakuza. He would have joined anyone.
Yeah,
if it gave him an opportunity to kill heroes, 100%.
Okay, I think C is a fair.
I'll run C.
I'll say
because he's made more of an impact on the world in a villainous light than Rappa has.
Okay. Anybody else down here worth noting?
I feel like all the other ones are just kind of henchmen of the Yakuza or the League of Villains. I don't think there's like anyone overly crazy that I could make even like a C tier remark. Because I see the both of the Nomus, but again, the Nomus were created
just to kind of be there.
Yeah, I think Nomus would be like a D tier.
Yeah, I would
like pretty henchman, really strong.
Even the second Nomu that like fought with Endeavor that could actually talk.
Still D. It's still end up in D.
Yeah, I feel like if we put Nomus in D's, anyone else would be a D tier character on this list.
So this is our list for the villains that actually matter. We can go through and rank or whatever, and like decide what A is higher, who's higher than A, higher than B, if you guys want to do that. So
can I make because I know you brought up, because I watched your My Hero episode and I do have a disagreement. I want to make the world known.
What's up?
I don't know how you disrespect my boy Sero.
Oh my gosh! Sorry, I honestly forgot.
I love that man.
I honestly just forgot.
No, I was like, honestly, in Gensho's defense, I think in the anime, not including the movies, you put him in D tier, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the disrespect tier, dude. I think Sero in the disrespect tier for just the anime, I think is okay. Like, he doesn't have very many standout moments. Doesn't interact with the characters all that much. His quirk is kind of lame.
His quirk is amazing,
but he hasn't seen the movie, so you haven't seen him do you haven't seen him go full Spider-Man mode, dude.
I mean, you have though, because they did that little race, and he was against Midoriya.
Okay, that's true.
And Midoriya's like, "Oh, I got some weak people in my race. I'm gonna run it." And Sero beats your boy.
This is true,
which was awesome. I'm looking at your list right now. I'll let Wax look at it.
Okay.
Do you have any? I don't know if you watched it yet. Do you have any disagreements?
I haven't seen it yet. But looking at this, Okay. Like, did you end up putting the guy with the tail in one of these tiers?
D tier.
D tier. Okay, that's fair. Let's see. Okay, I think. What's the acid girl's name?
Mina.
I think Mina could be a C tier, not a D. I think she ought to be moved up a little bit. But again, I think that's because I've seen the movies and she has some standout parts in the movies that made me like her character a lot more. And you get to see her quirk actually in action quite a bit in the movies. So I think that's kind of the same argument with Sero, that from just the anime, I can see why you put her in D. but I think she'll definitely climb up that list pretty quickly. And she's starting to become a bigger part of the story as well. I think like towards the end of season 4 when she was getting some more screen time and stuff. So
yeah. But that's my disagreement. But I like your idea with the whole like A tiers, which one is higher.
Yeah. So what would do you guys think the way this A tier is it good like how it is? Or would you have Shigaraki over Stain, I think, right?
I think I would have Shigaraki over.
Yeah, I think I would have Shigaraki at number 1, actually.
Yeah, personally. But All For One.
I can't do it because All For One is kind of like Shigaraki's.
Yeah, he's like his mentor,
sensei, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Until we get his backstory, I think that's how it would be made.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I think they're A tier is pretty close, all 3 of them, honestly. But I think All For One Shigaraki over Stain just slightly.
Okay.
Yeah, just barely.
You guys, you got any disagreements with that?
Honestly, I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah, that looks really good. I think they're all like the 3 League of Villains are all really, really close, but I think Toga's had like the most like clutch moments. And then Compress and then Twice, yeah.
Okay.
But Overhaul's better than all of them.
Yeah, that's true. He just, like I said, Do you think Overhaul was ever meant to like actually be like a sustainable villain, or he was just meant to flame out? That like it was meant to.
I think that he was meant to flame out from kind of just looking at like the plot of the story and everything. I think that he was just kind of someone that could highlight the traits of the League of Villains more, if that makes sense. So kind of introduce this new dynamic between the League of Villains and the heroes kind of working together almost to take out the Yakuza. And I think he just kind of filled that role.
Also, it was kind of a way for Deku to push himself a little bit more too. Like your boy had to go crazy mode to beat Overhaul and kind of like get up on a different level, which he now is on, I would say. As well as like I like like I said in the one that we had, they're setting up a lot of the younger generation of villains, and Overhaul was a really cool way to show Eri, like introduce that character as well, because I think Overhaul did a really good job at like showing the League of Villains, getting Deku stronger, giving like cool story to Lemillion, and then also introducing a new generation all in one character.
Yeah, so I think it was really good. And I think he had the potential to be like a long like series villain, but I think they designed him to only play that one part, but they just designed him so well that it makes you wish he was like a longer term villain.
Yeah, and it's his personality too. He's a make or break kind of dude.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna go all out no matter what. Like Shigaraki is gonna find a way to get out of it.
That's true.
Like because Shigaraki's smarter, he's gonna find a way. Like if he knows he's gonna lose, he's gonna do his best to get out of the situation. Overall is like, I'm gonna die for this. Like I'm ready. And that's kind of his downfall.
Yeah,
that's true. So C tier, do you have any complaints or whatever, or you think?
I think Kurogiri should be last out of the silly, or at least second. I think Dobby's one. I think Dobby's the best C tier.
I think Dobby's one.
Yeah, like I could see that. I could see Dobby over Kurogiri, but Muscular or whatever is definitely the bottom of that tier.
Okay, I respect it.
And then D, I don't think I care enough about D.
Rap is the best D tier character.
Dude's Gentle Criminal.
No, Gentle Criminal is trash.
Actually, scratch that. Move La Brava number 2. La Brava number 2.
I think
it don't really matter.
I love Rappa though. That's why I just out of my
Rappa was good, but Gentle Criminal actually had like a little bit of story to him, whereas Rappa was just like
dumb story.
A one episode epic fight, you know. Okay. It was a good story, dude. You don't feel bad for this man? He tried to become a hero for so long, failed the test for so many years, said, screw it, I'm going to do some vigilante stuff, and then was like, I got to make some money, even though he's already rich for some reason. So he's like, I'm going to make some YouTube videos, meets La Brava, who's about to kill herself, and he's like, finds her reason to live in doing the YouTube channel with Gentle Criminal. Come on, bro. That's a story.
That's a story.
That is definitely a story.
As he moves La Brava to the very bottom.
La Brava is trash.
Yeah, he's trash. He's the top of the trash.
And then there's several, like in the characters that we haven't talked about, I like the dude that he can like sharpen his teeth or whatever. Like he was creepy as hell.
Yeah,
Which dude was that?
That guy with his eyes are covered.
The weird like mummy looking dude.
Yeah. I think that whole arc in the forest was really, really cool. I can't put him anywhere else because he does die, but I think My Hero has a really cool villain. Like, even the villains we haven't talked about have like pretty neat, like cool quirks in a way.
Yeah.
So I like a lot of the villains, except for that lizard-looking dude. Do you know what his backstory was?
Whoa.
He just played video games.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty great, actually. He's like a chameleon quirk, isn't it?
He's like a lizard. And the reason why he has a blade is because he looked at Stain and was like, I like this guy. And that's why he got swords.
Yeah, there's definitely a resemblance between the two of them.
Yeah, he bases a whole like villain costume off of Stain.
Cool.
Which is why Stain is A.
But I think the rest of them that we have unranked all fit into D. They're just so thrown in there.
This is our official list, guys. The Weeb Guys / Anime Gen Show list. You guys take a screenshot, all that good stuff. And yeah, y'all got anything else to say about the list before we wrap it up?
No, I think it looks pretty good. It was really fun.
I'm gonna run this in later seasons when we see more people.
We're gonna have to for sure. But you guys, plug your stuff. Plug everywhere you guys at. Plug it.
All right. I was like, so I've been Wax. This is my co-host.
I'm Professor P.
And so we are the hosts of the Weeb Guy Presents Weeb Guys Presents podcast. It's on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts.
And on Instagram.
And on Insta. Yeah, we have an Insta. We got a TikTok too, don't we?
No,
we don't have a TikTok. We got an Instagram though. Check that out. We're dropping episodes usually Wednesday or Thursday every week. And so we've been doing some tier lists, stuff like that. But come check it out.
Check out our main character tier list part 2 with Gensho.
Yes,
we're dropping that tonight. That's a fun one.
So thank you guys for coming on. Go like, comment, subscribe. Go follow our anime Instagram at anime_genshow. Go follow my co-host at Eyes.Lens. Go follow our TikTok at anime_genshow. And I am working on getting us out on Spotify because I know you people who are always on the run need that audio because YouTube is annoying.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
You guys go check out all of my last episodes, all that great stuff, and go check out my guys at Weeb Guys Presents. You guys stay safe, stay masked up. Peace.
Bye.